Here we go. We are now live from the beautiful English town of Much Wenlock on Boxing Day 2022. The first thing I want to do, of course, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask if you can hear us. First of all, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? If you can hear us clearly, can you please say, Mr. Duncan, we can hear you very clearly, and then we can reveal ourselves. So all
People
we
are
need...
saying hello. Can you hear us? Please let us know if you can hear. Oh, Olga says yes.
Hello, Olga. Thank you very much.
Hello, Christina.
Now, as long as we are
Rosa.
not too loud, and we are not too quiet, so we will see what happens.
Perfect, says Beatrice.
Oh, perfect. So if the level is low, if the sound is low, please let us know on the live chat. So I suppose we should reveal ourselves. We are now live. As promised, we are having a very busy Christmas period because this is now our third live stream. We were with you on Christmas Eve. We were here on Christmas Day, which was yesterday. And here we are now with you live again. Oh my goodness. Here we are. We are now live as live can be. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan and
Mr. Steve.
in Much Wenlock, live on Boxing Day.
And
Oh yes,
it's very busy here in Much Wenlock Town Centre. It's much busier than we thought it would be. Lots of people milling about.
lots of people out walking.
But we are quite cold because it's quite a cold day today on Boxing Day. Weren't expecting it to be, but it is.
It is a cold. It's
so
cold.
We
It's
brought
very,
some drinks.
It's very cold today.
So we brought some drinks. Do you want to hold that, Mr. Duncan?
We have coffee already. We've only just arrived, and already we are freezing cold. Although I'm not wearing my coat. I might regret not wearing my coat. So before we do anything else, we're going to have some coffee. Which one's mine? Oh, I see.
I get the big one, Mr. Duncan.
Why do I have to have the small one? That's not very nice.
So cheers. This is mostly whiskey.
Come back slightly, Steve. So here we are then. It is now, I don't know what time it is.
It's about 20 past 2, Mr. Duncan.
It is now 20 minutes past 2 o'clock.
So we're still looking Christmassy. It's very difficult for us to see the live chat, by the way, because...
I can see it.
I know, but we haven't got a big screen, so we're only seeing them flash past
Yes, well,
very quickly, so it's very difficult for us to actually see what comments people are making. But it's not freezing cold, Christina, but it is quite cold.
Yeah.
So we brought some coffee with us because we didn't have time. Cheers, Mr. Duncan.
Cheers, Mr.
We didn't
Steve.
have time to have a cup of coffee before we went out. Now, somebody's...
Can you stop doing that?
Well, how am I supposed to check the live chat, Mr. Duncan, unless I put my finger on the screen?
Yes, well, you could use your other hand.
Could I? Let's try that. Oh, right, I see what you mean, yeah. Now, someone was saying that there were some lovely messages on the live chat earlier, so I'm going to go back. Oh, blimey, I can't go back that far.
No, well...
Who was first on today?
Well, don't forget, the live chat starts before we come on, because the live chat is already open. So don't worry too much about that.
Let's see what people are saying. Hello, classmates. Oh, yeah, that's very interesting here. All sorts. Christina's here, Lewis is here. So we don't know who was first on today then, Mr. Duncan?
No, because the live chat is running all the time when
Yeah.
we're doing it like this.
So we haven't got our
Does
normal...
anyone want to hear the technical details?
We haven't got our normal view, so it's very difficult for us to follow the live chat. But
Anyway, don't
just
worry.
letting people know, in
Yes.
case people are putting things on, you see, and don't think why we haven't replied to them.
Okay.
Let's go back. So we can't read the old ones because they're too far. Oh, look, Palmyra has given you a donation.
Thank you very much, Palmyra, for your...
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for your super sticker.
Much appreciated. Oh, look, I must use my other finger,
my
Mr.
God.
Duncan. Hello, everybody. Well, don't worry about it, Mr. Duncan. Cheers. Giant finger. Yes, that's because I was using the wrong finger. Mr. Duncan is chastising me.
I'm not telling Mr. Steve off. I'm just saying that no one is going to watch that. You see, that.
Well, I
no
didn't
one-
do that.
No one's watching that.
I didn't do that. I'm not a technical expert, Mr. Duncan. You're the technical expert.
It is true. I am the technical expert. So for those wondering where we are, can you just leave that for a second, Steve,
Okay, fine.
please? It's okay, because I've only just started the live stream. I have to make sure it's all working. So for those wondering where we are now going to establish our location. We are in Much Wenlock, because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to ask, where are you, Mr. Duncan? So we are in Much Wenlock. I hope you can hear us clearly. One of the problems with doing this is you never know how well the sound is coming over, because we can't hear it.
Well,
So-
we've asked and people have said that they can hear us perfectly.
Yes, but are we too loud?
Well, I don't think so.
Or are we very quiet? Because if it's too quiet, people can't hear us.
Well,
So can you hear us okay?
somebody said yes perfectly.
Okay, good. I will trust you.
Happy Christmas, Connell.
Yes. Well, it's the day after Christmas Day. We had a super time, didn't we? Eat a lot of stuff yesterday.
We did. We rushed our meal down just before the live stream. We were late on because we were eating late, and then we had a long gap while we were on the live stream. Then we fell asleep. Perfect, people are saying, and then we just ate lots of junk food all evening. Probably like a lot of you who are celebrating Christmas at the moment. You probably had all your sugary snacks, your salty snacks.
We did eat a lot of rubbish last night. I have to be honest with you. We ate so much rubbish last night.
Very little alcohol, though. Got to say, for a Christmas, we had half a glass of beer each, which is probably, you would call as lightweights.
Yes, not much. We didn't have much alcohol. We had lots of sticky, gooey, unhealthy, sugary food. Mr. Steve had his twiglets, as usual.
And actually, I've got something. I brought something to eat with us, Mr. Duncan, because in case we get cold and lacking in... do you want some more?
I'll have some more in a little
Okay.
bit. Not yet.
Oh, right,
in a
okay.
little bit.
It's all down here. I've got a big flask of coffee to keep us warm throughout this live stream. So we're not sure how long we're going to be here. Ciao, says Lewis. Hello to you too. We don't know who was first on today. We've no way of knowing because we can't check. All we can see is a very small amount of the live chat, and it's flashing past very quickly. So apologies if we don't respond to everybody's...
We have food, by the way, for those wondering. We are eating some food. Inside this little bag, there is one of Mr. Steve's dates. There is a mince pie. There is Mr. Steve's coughing.
I've got a date.
And also, inside, you can see there is a little marshmallow. The things we were eating the other day that a lot of people seem to like, actually. They are having, yes, look at that. Christina is having salmon today.
How posh.
Yes, very nice.
Yes, we had salmon on... When did we have it? Was it a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, something like that? How lovely, yes. How did you cook it, Christina? Tell us how you cooked it,
We
because
had,
we're
we
always
had the
interested
salmon
to
on
know.
Thursday night.
So we're eating now, Mr. Duncan?
I'm just showing what we've got. Sorry, Steve. So there, so
Just say no.
we ate these the other day, didn't we?
We did, we ate them live.
Yes, we ate these the other day, and they were very delicious. Mr. Steve has got his mince pie.
Traditional Christmas mince pie,
Yes.
which is one of those love or hate foods. Some people love them, some people hate them.
Did you know that mince pies used to be made with real meat?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, though.
You're a vegetarian now?
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure. Oh, well, you didn't show the date. I was going to show the date, Mr.
Well,
Duncan.
the date is the 26th of December.
Ah, yes, you see, very. Yes, we're teaching English already. This is a date. It's a medjool date. It's from America.
Wow, an American date.
An American date.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Is it from Las Vegas or Hollywood?
Not sure.
Wow, maybe it's a Hollywood date.
Shall I eat it? It's oh yes, I'm feeling a bit peckish. I might eat it, Mr. Duncan,
Okay.
because it's healthy. It's good for you. Full of sugar, of course, but you've got to remember is a big stone in the middle, and you don't want to. Yes, these are giant dates. Did you eat all the chocolates? No, we didn't. We didn't eat all the chocolates because there are too many. And if we had have eaten all the chocolates, Christina, we'd have ended up in hospital.
So we didn't eat all the chocolates. Was that nice? Mr. Steve had a date. Oh, by the way, Mr. Steve also bought something for me, an extra present last night that I opened late. If I can just... Oh, no. If I can... Mr. Steve bought an extra present for me last night, and it was a lovely Christmas light in the shape of a star. And I have to say, it is lovely. We might show it to you next week.
Salmon balls, says Palmyra,
I didn't know they had balls.
with some mushroom sauce.
I didn't know salmon had little balls.
Well, I like mushrooms, but Mr. Duncan doesn't, so I would have eaten all of that delicious meal.
Yes.
Am I standing too close, Mr. Duncan?
No, it's okay, Steve.
We've got our tinsel on, so the local people walking past probably think this looks very strange.
Yes, I mean, they're wearing tinsel at Christmas. How weird.
I know, but you don't wear tinsel out in public normally.
No, well, it's festive.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're just explaining that this isn't normal. See, look, somebody...
No, this isn't normally how we dress in England, by the way. This isn't this isn't our extravagant English clothing, but I think you look lovely today, Steve. Isn't that nice?
Oh, you can see lots of people are walking by, walking their dogs, of
Yeah.
course. No doubt their dogs need a good walk because probably they didn't go out yesterday.
What, the dogs?
No, because the owners would have been too tired and drunk after the Christmas meal, and probably the dogs need some exercise today.
You know, there are people who buy their dogs Christmas presents.
They do, yes.
How do they open them? That's what I want to know. So when they wrap the present up for a dog, how does the dog know that that gift is for them?
Pedro's here. We can't show flags of the world again
Okay.
because we haven't got that technical facility.
You may have noticed we're outdoors in the middle of nowhere.
So if you're expecting flags of the world, we're going to disappoint you.
If it was
but never mind.
if it was fags of the world, maybe we could have helped you there.
Belarusia isn't cooking. By the way, there isn't a theme to today, is there? Somebody's asked if there's
hello.
a theme.
Hello, Claudia. No, there isn't a theme. The theme today is two people standing outside, freezing cold, and Claudia is here. What are you cooking, Claudia? I wonder what Claudia had yesterday for Christmas. What did you eat yesterday, Claudia? Anything nice?
Christina asks, what are these buildings behind us? Well, they're shops. They're shops, which is quite a common in a British high street.
Yes, you see shops.
You see shops, and above the shops are on the ground floor, and then above the shops are flats where people
do
are
you see the
living.
Rolls Royce then?
No.
There's a Rolls Royce.
Oh.
Look at the Rolls Royce. Very nice. That was a Rolls Royce.
That's probably a classic car. I would probably say that's probably 30 years old, that car. So yes, these are shops with flats above them where people are living, probably. And yes, Claudia was. We know that you weren't with us for long yesterday. You were cooking, but not today. I'm cooking. Olga's cooking today. So yes, so you can probably see that shop there. That is. Oh, that's Tea on the Square. So that is a tea shop.
A little cafe.
A little cafe, which is shut today. And then these are the flats above where people are living.
Everywhere is shut today.
That's like a gift shop. Flats above where people are living.
And there is the museum. That white building is the museum. It's closed. Everything is closed today. The only place that's open today is the local spa shop. The convenience store. That is open today.
But everywhere else is closed because it's Boxing Day. Shop stores, that's right. Yes, they're all shut today, Rosa, apart from, as Mr. Duncan said, the Spa shop, which is like a
Convenience
store where you can buy bread and milk and just sort of anything. That'll be open probably until about, well, it could be open all day, couldn't it?
Well, it'll be open till about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, maybe.
Yes, Christina, it is medieval. You are correct.
Yes.
It is a very old town.
I think almost 1,000 years.
Yes, and there's a ruined abbey, which was one of the abbeys that that famous king would have dissolved in whenever it was, hundreds of years ago.
Welcome to History with Mr. Steve.
I'm thinking, of course, of
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, yes. So
Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII, I am.
So he destroyed all the monasteries, and there's a ruined one here.
But the abbey was built about 900 years ago, and the original abbey was actually the only building here.
Yeah.
So originally it was just the abbey, and then people started coming and bringing their wares and vegetables to sell outside the abbey.
For the people that were there.
Yeah, and that's how Much Wenlock was born around 900 years ago. That's a long time.
Abdelkader wants to know about the history of Boxing Day. We have, of course, covered this before, but
The
Mr. Duncan?
reason why we have Boxing Day, traditionally people who were working over the Christmas period would receive their gift or their payment the day after Christmas. So when the rich people were having their feasts and their dinners, all of the servants would receive their payment the day after Christmas. And normally it was given in a box. Hence Boxing Day.
Christina says she can see a tower.
There is.
Probably the church tower, isn't
There
it?
is the church behind us. And look, oh, Pedro, there is a flag. So there is one of our flags of the world. There is the English flag. It is basically a red cross on a white background. So we do have one of the flags of the world.
Look at that. Just
So-
for you.
So there it is, the church. So that part of that church is very old, and the other part of the church is quite recent, a few hundred years.
Yeah, so that's that tower, Christina. The one in the foreground this one here is a clock tower. You can't see the clock face because it's round the other side.
Yes.
But
So
that's,
there's only 3 clocks.
Yes, and we happen to be on the side where there isn't one.
So that is the area where you get inside the clock. If you want to repair the clock, there is a little door there, and there is a thing at the top you can open to repair the clock if it goes wrong.
Yes, no actual boxing involved. It just refers to the box, doesn't it? The box that the gift would be given in
Yes.
for the employer
In
to
fact-
the employee.
In fact, I remember before there's a sentence there somewhere. I remember my father used to get paid just before Christmas, and he would always call it his Christmas box.
Yeah.
So it was quite a well-known phrase. Even in the 1970s, people would say they were receiving their Christmas box. So that was the payment before Christmas.
Like a bonus, people often get paid a bonus before Christmas. It used to be done on today, the 26th. But in modern times, it's usually done before Christmas so that people then have the money to go out and buy presents and things like that. So
It is a commercial thing, you see.
it's, so a Christmas bonus is I think it's even more popular in America, isn't it? The
Yes.
Christmas bonus. But yeah, people normally wait for something from their employers
Well,
to
of
give them
course,
a bit extra money.
in the United States, everything surrounds or revolves around Thanksgiving. So their big payment is before the end of November, which is why we have Black Friday. So Black Friday is the last trading day before Thanksgiving. And now we do it here, even though here we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, to be honest.
So the flag on top of the church tower probably looks white to you because probably it's too far away and you can't see the red cross. There we go. You should be able to see that, hopefully.
Yes. There should be the red cross. Can you see it?
It's a red cross
It is blowing in the wind.
on a white background.
Yes.
Oh, look, Mr. Duncan. Oh, there we go. That's it.
There it is.
I'm doing your famous pointing.
Ah.
Yes, Francesca said they can see it now.
I know one thing. I'm starting to get cold.
Already, do you want to put your coat on, Mr. Duncan?
Fortunately, I've bought my coat. So my coat is over there. I might put it on in a moment because I'm getting a little bit cold.
Yes.
It is very... Oh, sorry. I was going to read the live chat.
Go on then.
It's very kind of you explaining the surroundings and features of Much Wenlock. Where does Much Wenlock's name come from? It comes from the abbey, the White Abbey. Now, I would imagine that originally the abbey was painted or had some white features. So that's what Much Wenlock is. Wenlock. I think it's the White Church or White Chapel.
Oh, right. I didn't know that, Mr. Duncan, so I've learned something. Thank you very much for
Fancy
that.
pants.
You were not just standing here for nothing. We're going to actually teach you something as well.
I think it actually derives from Welsh as well, because at one point this area was a contested area of land between the English and the Welsh. There were a lot of battles and fights that took place in this area. So we are sort of on the border of Wales.
Yes, we're probably about 20 miles from Wales. You can tell that there's a lot of Welsh influence here in Much Wenlock because the local ATM at the bank where you get your money out asks you whether you want to read the instructions in Welsh or in English. So that just shows you how much influence there is from Wales in this area. Not that we... Are you feeling a bit warmer now, Mr. Duncan?
I am.
I've got long johns on. So long johns are sort of cotton under trousers, thin underneath my jeans.
Yes.
I have some long johns, they call them. They're just insulating trousers underneath,
Yes.
aren't they?
They're long underwear.
Underwear, that's it. Yes.
So think of underwear that's very long and you can wear it under your clothing. Thermal underwear.
Fits tight to the skin.
Ooh.
When you were in China, when it was in very cold countries, they wear these all the time, don't they?
They do.
And then they just take the trousers off when they go indoors and then keep those on and then put the trousers back on when they go out.
Yes, it's not unusual to go round to someone's house in China and they're all sitting around in their underwear. It's very common. Hello, Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve. Giovanni, how are you? We are in the main square again. Yes, we are back here again, but it's a little quieter than the last time we were here.
Yes.
It was full of people the last time we were here. It's starting to fascinate me a lot, and I am very curious. Happy Boxing Day. Oh.
By the way, we didn't get any Boxing Day bonuses from anyone, did we?
No, we did not.
No, YouTube didn't give you a Boxing Day bonus, did they?
They just about pay me a basic wage, never mind anything else.
Of course, I'm not working at the moment, so my company used to sometimes give us something, but only if you'd sold enough. So it wasn't just you just didn't get money for nothing.
Well, no, that's why I would imagine most people, if they get some sort of bonus in their salary, normally it's because of their performance.
But the Boxing Day bonus was normally just a thank you, really, for the employer to the employees to say, well, thank you for all your hard work this year, whatever that job is. And they would give you, and depending on how the company had performed, you might get more money or less money.
I am freezing.
Are you freezing? Do you want some more coffee? Shall I give you another flask of coffee, Mr.
Shall we
Duncan?
have another cup of coffee?
Yes.
Yes. For those who have just joined us, don't worry. There is nothing wrong with your computer. We are outside in a beautiful setting. And also we have the sun today. It's very sunny. Mr. Steve has bought some coffee. Thank you for bringing this with you.
You can see the steam coming off it.
Look at that. A nice hot cup of coffee. That's what you need on a day like today. You need something to warm you up inside. Oh, apparently Christina says at Christmas we receive the so-called 13th
Oh,
double salary.
double salary, Christina. I'm going to go and work there. So you get like, instead of 12 months pay, you get an extra month. So is it a month's pay that you get? Yes, this Mr. Duncan bought me that. Yes, let's show the...
Yes, we have our hot coffee in the flask. And this is something I bought for Mr. Steve many years ago. You can move back slightly to show it. There you go.
It's a thermos.
Yes.
Probably the original company that made these kind of vacuum insulating devices.
It's a
So, yeah.
it's a thermos flask.
Or vacuum flask.
Yes. So, but this is a special one because you can drop it. Apparently, you can drop this from the top of a building, and it won't break.
Shall we try that, Mr. Duncan?
We won't try it today.
We won't try it today, no. Mr. Duncan bought that for me for work when I was going out in my car, in my sales job. He would make me a flask of coffee. Well, he did for a few days and then he gave up. And the idea was that I would take it with me. And when I felt like a cup of coffee, instead of having to pay £3 for one, it's virtually free.
Yes, free coffee from me. Did you hear yesterday the King Charles message? We did not. Thank you, Rhubarb, for asking. We did not see the message, but I would imagine it went something like this. Hello, hello, it's Prince Charles here, but soon I will be your king, and you will all obey me. And don't forget, keep that bloody ink away from me. I don't like ink.
Abdelkader, yes, that is thermos, that is correct. Which is the brand name of a vacuum flask which keeps your drinks hot,
Yes.
or cold.
Well,
for that matter.
Thermos make all of the different insulation. I think it's quite a very big company. I think thermos flasks are just one of the things they make.
Yeah, they're still made from glass or glass, because there's a vacuum in there, so that helps to. They stay hot. Stays hot for hours in one of these, doesn't it? What do you think about his accent? Well, it's very nice. I'd like an accent like Prince Charles. Thank you very much.
Everybody wants to speak like me.
Giovanni has a thermos flask or vacuum flask. I think they're still made from glass, actually. I don't think there's any other way you can make them.
No, they are made of glass.
So if you drop them, yeah, they make a... Well, that one's quite safe because it's tough, Mr. Duncan.
Yes, it's tough and strong, like us.
Oh, look, Christina used to have a thermos when she was skiing. Very useful, yes, because you can make it and the drink will stay warm for hours.
Or, of course, cold. If you put a cold drink in there, the drink will stay cold. So it's quite magic, really, when you think about it. It's like witchcraft. Are you ready to eat anything? I wonder if Steve wants to eat something. I know I do.
Hope you don't mind us eating, but the language, also the acquiring. Yes, thank you. Yes, we just keep talking, and hopefully you are learning just from us talking how to pronounce certain words. So
Yes. Well, it's listening. Listening is one of the main parts of speaking English.
There's your.
If you're learning English, listening is probably 70% of learning the language or anything. You can learn by listening. Maybe you are listening to the way words are pronounced, but also you are listening to the information that is also being given. So it is not just the language itself, but what is contained within the language.
Yes, Christina, we did see the news about the very heavy snowfall and cold weather that they're having in America at the moment. We're hoping not to have it here. I think it went down, we discussed that the other day. I think it's gone down to about minus 40, something like that. Hi, Cesario.
40 degrees below zero is very cold.
Semi asked, do we have any alcohol in the coffee? Now, yes. See, my father would always put whiskey in the coffee. But we haven't put any alcohol in the coffee.
This is mine.
Because we're being, I don't know, we should have done probably. That's my mince pie.
As it, get your mouth round it.
Pastry and inside dried fruit. I'm sure people know about mince pies, but oh, this will keep me warm. Are you still cold, Mr. Duncan?
No. So this is a marshmallow, very soft, with chocolate and biscuit. The biscuit is on the bottom. It's very nice.
You've got biscuit on your bottom. Oh, the bottom of that. But they are delicious. All that's missing from this is some hot custard. So last night I had one of these and I put custard over it and I heated it in the microwave. But this one's cold. But nevertheless, it's going to keep me warm with the coffee. I'm hoping that I didn't make that coffee too strong, Mr. Duncan, because too much caffeine and I get heart palpitations.
Great.
So we don't want to have to call an ambulance, of course, because there aren't any. They're all on strike.
No, they're not on strike today.
Oh, but they have been. They have been on strike, so they're going to be too busy. Yes, Christina. We do risk a hyperglycemic crisis. You are correct. Of raised blood sugar. So we've got to hope that our pancreas can cope with producing enough insulin to cope with this sugar rush from all these all these sweet snacks and drinks that we're eating.
I'm immune to it. To be honest, I'm immune to sugar. Sugar has no effect on me anymore.
He's got his pancreas is bigger than his liver.
My pancreas, I have to carry it in a small bag that I put over my back. My pancreas goes round the back. It's so large.
You're a medical curiosity when it comes to sugar.
I am. That's why
tolerance.
That's why when I'm dead, I'm going to be put in lots of little jars for people to look at. Simi says, I am hungry. My mouth is starting to water.
Do we know Inspector Barnaby, says Francesca?
Inspector Barnaby? What here in which Wenlock?
Is it a television programme?
It is. He is a detective, and he solves murders in a particular place.
Wenlock, is it?
I'm trying to remember the name of the programme. I think it's Midsummer Murders. Is that the name of the TV show, Midsummer Murders? And I think the name of the character is Inspector Barnaby. What are you doing?
He's like a baby. You've got to look after him constantly.
Yeah, there's a microphone there.
Oh, stop worrying about the microphone, Mr. Duncan.
Okay. Well, when it sounds like rubbish later.
Of course, in England, you don't have to worry about putting the rubbish in a bin. You can just throw it away like that.
Did you throw it away?
I don't think it's right.
Yes.
I'm joking. You get a heavy fine.
Okay. I'm right. Apparently, it is Midsummer Murders. I don't know how I knew that because I've never ever watched that programme. I don't even know how I know that information. Do you ever find that? Sometimes you know things, but you don't know how you know them. That the information somehow has got into your head, but you don't know how it got there. And I know that Inspector Barnaby is from Midsummer Murders, but I've never watched it, ever.
Giovanni asks about... I'm a tea man, says Beatrice. No, Giovanni says, I'm a tea man. I'd like to find an online shop which delivers big boxes of tea. Well, try Amazon.
Yes.
Clipper. Clipper. Clipper teas are brilliant. Got a whole range of them. They're the ones, or what's that other make I have, Mr. Duncan? But Clipper teas, look that up. and they have a whole range of lovely English teas, Earl Greys, all
Yes.
sorts of different things,
Yes.
organic, non-organic.
Yes. Well, I think maybe he's on about the actual proper tea, different teas like Lady Grey,
Yeah, that's what they do. Clipper do all those.
Earl Grey,
Uh,
Darjeeling.
yes, I've picked it up, Tazika.
I like Earl Grey and also Assam tea, Indian tea.
Yeah, so try Amazon, obviously, but Clipper is good for teas. And what's that other make of Pucker teas? P-U-K-K-A, I think.
But to be honest, that's not proper tea though, is it? That's herbal.
They do, but they do proper teas as well.
Herbal tea is horrible.
But you can get anything on Amazon, can't you? If you, I mean, who needs the high street anymore when you can get everything on Amazon?
The pigeons are going crazy. Oh no, it's the crows. The crows are flying over.
They're after us, Mr. Duncan. We'll have to be
They're
careful.
They're after Mr. Steve's mince pie.
They're probably seen us eating. They probably are lurking around, hoping that we will throw them some crumbs.
There are pigeons flying everywhere.
Oh,
The
it's somebody with
pigeons.
a football and a dog. I've never
Oh.
seen that before.
Yes, that's exciting, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, dogs. Yes, everyone's got dogs.
Everyone has dogs nowadays.
Rosie, yes, Clipper is a brand of tea,
That's it.
and Pucker is a brand of tea.
Yes.
But I don't know whether you can get Clipper in other countries.
Well, I think a lot of these teas are sold all around the world,
Yes,
as tea often is.
that's right. There's a tea emporium in Ironbridge. A tea emporium.
They sell so many types of tea. Some of them I've never heard of.
Yes, so you go into this tea emporium and there are just racks after rack of different types of teas.
So an emporium is an old-fashioned word for shop, a place where things are gathered and sold.
Please ask us any questions you like and we will attempt to answer them. If we can see the live chat, there we go. I've got to be careful what I
Yeah.
stab at.
Swipe, don't tap.
Swipe, don't tap.
Swipe, don't tap.
So semi, yes. Tea, I prefer tea with milk. Most people in the UK would have tea with milk. Of course, there is controversy as to whether you put the milk in first or whether you put the tea in. You put the milk into the tea after you've poured the tea, or you put the milk in before.
No one puts the milk in before. It's disgusting.
I always do. But there's always controversy about that in the UK. You're supposed to be posher, I think, if you put the milk in afterwards.
Okay.
I think is the general consensus. If you put the milk in first, people say, oh, how common. But if you put the milk in afterwards, then you're seen as sophisticated and aristocratic and upper class.
Very nice. So for those who've just joined us, hello, welcome. It's Boxing Day, everyone.
And it doesn't mean I'm going to box Mr. Duncan's face.
Boxing Day has arrived, the day after Christmas, and we are here live in Much Wenlock, the place where we live.
Tea with manse, what's that? Tea with manse. Please tell us what that means. Never heard of that before. The Christmas lights are here, as you can see, but they're not on.
No, not even the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree is just over there, and they haven't even put the lights on. They haven't. You would have thought that they would have, because they knew that we were coming. So you would have thought. I would have thought that the people in Much Wenlock would have put the lights on for us, because they knew we were coming.
Abdul Kadar is watching chess. And also got one eye on the chess and one eye on us.
Chess.
Well, chess championship. You're obviously very clever.
Watching chess makes you clever.
Marriott says tea is very expensive in Poland.
So if I watch open heart surgery, does that make me a surgeon? I'm leaving the English and Esperanto using video and Duolingo. Duolingo is a very good company.
Right.
They do a lot of very good software and a lot of good programs for learning English. Yes, good one.
I would say that if you want some British tea, then come over from Poland and visit us. You can bring Tomek with you as well, as he's over there at the moment. And then you can buy all the cheap tea you like and take it all back with you. I don't know if there's any customs restrictions on bringing tea back into Poland, but maybe it's treated like cigarettes. Maybe there's a limit. We could send you some, of course.
Cigarettes and tea.
But there must be companies in the UK that you can buy tea off and they will send it to you. I would have a look on Amazon or somewhere like that.
Yes. So the place to go is Amazon. Look up Pukka tea, Pukka,
Or Clipper.
or Clipper tea. See what happens.
Tea with amber. I don't know what amber is.
Ah.
Tea with amber. Is that a kind of... what is amber? Please tell us what amber is. Xavier says, I prefer coffee to tea. Yes, some people do. Coffee's becoming very popular in the UK.
I think that might be a fan of ours.
If you were to go back to when we grew up in the sort of 70s, not many people drank coffee then, but I think the latest statistics are showing that more people drink coffee now in the UK than tea. So yes, it's probably only because it's seen as coffee in the UK is seen as sort of, you're seen as more modern than sort of with it if you drink coffee. If you drink tea now, people think you're very old-fashioned. So if you want to seem sort of up to date and with it and modern, you drink coffee.
Well, I think generally speaking, tea is seen as slightly more sophisticated.
Coffee, you mean?
No, tea.
Tea?
If you have high tea in the afternoon with a cake, a cream cake and a cup of tea, around here, they always serve tea and cakes in the afternoon. So I think it's... But coffee has become a place to be seen. So the coffee shops.
Yes.
So people go to the coffee shops.
Young people.
Because they like to be seen.
Young people. And people that want to seem like they're still young and youthful.
Like us.
Like us, of course. I like coffee. I like 1 cup of coffee a day and 1 cup of tea and everything in moderation. And
I have to say, we are getting a lot of mileage out of tea and coffee.
Yeah, well, there's always something to... Oh, yes, Indian tea. Yes, Indian tea is different. It's slightly different to British tea in that it tends to have more sort of aromatic spices in it. Sort of like cardamom and things like that. So you've got the tea leaves and then they add things like cardamom, warm spices and lots of milk and sugar. So it's quite different to British tea, which tends to be taken without sugar and just with a little bit of milk.
Yes. Well, we often think of the traditional place where tea was grown originally as India, of course. Oh, I think is that the explanation there of the amber? Amber is a hard, clear, yellow-brown substance used for making jewellery or ornament. Oh, okay.
Does it come from...
Maybe it refers to the colour.
Maybe it's the colour, yes.
Yes, amber tea might actually be the colour. So certain types of herbal tea do have an amber shade, or the colour is very similar to amber. So maybe it means that. Maybe
the colour. Yes, tea is often described as the colour of amber. So it's a sort of browny, orangey colour. I think amber comes from...
The lights just came on then. The Christmas lights have just come on.
They're listening to us. I think amber comes from... isn't it the sap from a tree or a plant?
The lights are on. The Christmas lights have just come on. Wow. It's almost as if they knew.
I wonder what time it is, Mr. Duncan. Yeah, so maybe the tea with amber. I don't know whether you could put... I think amber comes from a tree. I think it's the sap from a tree that sort of sets into this sort of goldeny, browny, yellowy colour, I think.
Yes. Well, that's what animals and insects from thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, have been trapped in. Haven't you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Well, it comes from the sea. It's not a colour, it comes from the sea. Well, I'd like to try that.
Still don't quite know what it is though.
We still don't quite know. Have we got any Italian products which you like to buy, says Giovanni, consume in your daily life? Well, Italian coffee we would buy. Certain biscuits come from Italy.
I don't think we have Italian coffee though, do we? I thought ours comes from Colombia.
Probably.
The one we like is Colombian coffee.
We don't really, do we? Italian products, Italian products are known for sort of their fashion in the UK. Not so much for food or drink. Italian coffee is quite popular, but normally if people think of Italy in the UK, they think of high fashion clothes, don't they?
Well, there's Italian food.
There's
yes. Italian cheese,
yes.
Italian cuisine.
Pizza, Italian restaurants. Yes, lots of Italian
We
restaurants.
often think of the style of food. So when we talk about food here, we often talk about the style of food, don't we? Rather than the produce itself.
Yes.
So Italian food, we often see as the style, the type of cooking or the type of ingredients used. French cooking, things like that.
Pizza, of course, is very popular here. And pasta. People will buy pasta.
Linguini.
Yeah, people will buy pasta and make normally dried pasta and boil it in water and make a nice pasta. We quite often have that. So yes, we do have Italian food here in terms of pasta, pizza, that sort of thing.
That's nice. The sun is not behind me, but it's actually in front of us, but it's reflecting from the window behind us. So it looks as if I'm in the sunlight, but I'm not. It's actually being reflected from the windows behind us.
Yes, Francesca, Italian coffee is very strong. And I think you have small amounts of it, almost like an espresso, and it's very, very strong, yes. Probably wouldn't be to our taste, but it's just what you're used to, isn't it?
That's a lot of information.
Beginning to get a bit cold, Mr. Duncan.
I can tell you now, if you watch this again later, you will get so much information, more information than your brain can hold. I think so. So I think we will be going in a few moments.
Okay, Mr. Duncan.
For two reasons. The sun is going down, as you can see. It is now reflecting from the window behind us. Also, I'm a little bit cold.
Latte, espresso, cappuccino, yes, they're all Italian phrases that are associated with coffee. Yes, Turkish coffee, Palmyra, that's very strong as well. I have tried, yes, we did try Turkish coffee, Semi, when we were in Turkey.
That is, it's almost like oil.
It's very, very strong.
It's very thick, very strong. But we had that. We were invited by quite a few people. We were walking around a beautiful place called Fethiye in Turkey, and two or three of the shop owners actually invited us in to take coffee and also some tea as well. Very nice, very hospitable. That's one of the things I always remember about Turkey, is the people are very hospitable.
Giovanni says that there was a sign behind the Christmas tree, and they'd like to know what that is. Ristretto in Italy, strong coffee. I think it was that, maybe that. So when you were standing over here, was it that sign there, was it?
No, because you can't see it. The only sign you can see is the telephone box. So there is a telephone box there. Is it the telephone box? Because that's the only writing that exists.
That sign didn't accidentally come on, did it?
No, it's not there. You can't see it. It's too far over there. Oh, okay. I think it was actually the telephone box.
Oh, right. Yes, telephone box rather than a sign.
Not that anyone uses them anymore.
So are we going to stay on for the full hour?
I think we'll go in a moment. And yes, that is the one Steve was pointing, but that's impossible because I didn't turn it that far round.
Well, let's have another go. Was it that one?
Yes. Well, it's just talking about the. Well, we can't show it because it's too far away, unfortunately.
It just says.
It's just talking about the place where we are, the town square, the history of the square. Unfortunately, we can't move the camera around that far. I'm ever so sorry.
Yes, it's just giving you information about telling you that you're standing in Much Wenlock Town Square.
It's worth mentioning that we get loads of tourists here during the summer. So there are lots of things around, lots of signs giving information about this local area, including the museum over there that I showed you earlier.
Yes, the White House, says Christina.
That is the museum.
That's the museum. Yes, it's telling you about the fact that this town goes back hundreds of years. So yes, there are lots of information points. A lot of them concerned with the Olympic Games, of course.
Yes, the place where the inspiration for the modern Olympic Games began.
Bye, Lewis. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Lewis, for joining us.
Enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day.
I suppose before you go, Lewis, can we just say this is the last live stream of 2022. It's the last one. The next time you will see us is in 2023. We are back with you next Sunday. Of course, it is the 1st of January. A brand new year is beginning next Sunday. So this is the last final live stream for a few days. We are taking a well-deserved rest over the next 2 or 3 days, and we will be back with you on Sunday. Next Sunday, the 1st of January.
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Next Sunday.
Francesca says, did you have to pay a tax for standing there? Well, no, I think you don't have to do that because
it's a public space.
It's a public space. So no, you don't have to actually pay any money to stand here.
No, this is a free place.
As long as you don't upset anybody and cause a commotion, and you don't sort of trip people up.
Can I just say how lovely the light is? Can you see?
Isn't it lovely, Mr.
Well, the light is reflecting behind us. It looks like the sun is next to us, but it isn't. It's actually the light, look, coming from that window. There, can I just point? There it is. So there is the sunlight reflecting back. Isn't that amazing? It almost looks like we're in the sunlight.
The sun is always shining wherever we go, Mr. Duncan.
It is. It is true. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, beautiful setting?
And thank you for your very pleasant company as well, Christina, and everybody here on the live stream.
We are going. We've had 3 days, 3 very busy days over the Christmas period, and we will see you on the 1st of January. So there are no more live streams this week and no more live streams this year. This is the last one. So all I can say is thank you very much for joining us over the past 3 days. It's been very good fun. It's been rather interesting and a little exhausting. But may I take this opportunity to wish you a happy new year. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Christmas celebrations if you are celebrating. And anything you want to say, Mr. Steve?
No, I just want to say it's been lovely to share the last 3 days with you all and to read your lovely comments and to know that you appreciate what Mr. Duncan does in terms of teaching English. And I suppose the only thing left to say is to wish people a happy new year.
Yes, I hope the beginning of the new year is a nice one, and I hope it's a little better than this one has been for all of us.
Onwards and upwards. So yes, happy new year to everybody. And some of you will, by the time we come on, it probably won't be New Year in some countries when we go live on Sunday.
Yes,
depending on the time of the.
That's it. Yes.
But for those of you who will join us after midnight your own time, then Happy New Year. Well, we can wish Happy New Year on Sunday.
Okay, we will be here on Sunday, not here in the town square, but in the studio. So on Sunday, that's the next live stream. Sunday, the 1st of January 2023. See you then. This is Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve saying thank you for joining us today, and also for the past 2 days as well. Have a super duper time. See you next Sunday. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas. And, of course, ta-ta for now.
Tom just joined.